Good morning. This is DryBar Dirty Martini Day 2. I had it done yesterday afternoon, so it's not quite 24 hours old, but I have slept in it, obviously. So this is just how it looked when I woke up. I've done nothing. So on the first day after a blowout, I like to do as little as possible to my hair, just to like refresh it, keep the style, and try to preserve it as long as possible. I like to start by clipping up just the top of my hair, pulling it straight up and then clipping it out of the way while I work on the bottom. And after I clip it up, but before I start working on the rest of my hair, I use some DryBar Triple Sec, and I just spray it around sort of the bottom inch or two of this hair and let it sit to give it some volume. I'm going to take DryBar Detox Dry Conditioner, which is the greatest hair product, and spray it from like mid-shaft to the ends of my hair all over. Like the Dirty Martini style is supposed to be sort of tousled and messy, but we want it to be structured, messy, composed messy. So I'm going to just run my fingers through my hair just to comb it out. You can also use a wide tooth comb like this one. I think this came from Sally Beauty. But I'm trying to disturb the original style as little as possible while just freshening it up for today. And the dry conditioner on my hair, usually I can just run my fingers through. Once I've sort of gotten control of the lower layers of my hair and given that top sprayed bit a little bit of time to set and give it some volume, now I'm gonna take down the rest of my hair and dry condition. I try to use as little dry shampoo as I possibly can get away with, just because it builds up in your hair. So usually on the first full day after a blowout, I don't use any. And the last thing I want to do is just bring some shine and structure to it to really, make the messy look a little bit more defined. So I'm going to do that with a glossing cream. There are a lot of glossing products out there, but if you read my blog recently, you know that I have been using Osis Magic by Schwarzkopf for like 14 years because I love it. Use the tiniest, smallest amount, like no joke. I just rub my hands together, super thin, super gentle, and just smooth it over my hair. Working on the ends too because you want to define like those waves. Actually in a little bit of a rush this morning, so I'm not going to do what I might do, which is get out my flat iron and fix a couple of these curls. But that's it. That's how I take care of my blowout on the first day after a blowout. Good morning. Time for day 2 of blowout maintenance. So this is the second full day after the blowout, so it's really like day 3 of the blowouts, of the life of the blowout. In general, I try not to crimp. When I've paid for someone to style my hair, I try not to crimp it with a ponytail or anything. But I'm also the mother of a 1.5-year-old child. So I did have it up in a ponytail bun this morning. If I do need to put it up, I'll use a plastic style hairband because it doesn't create like a wrinkle or a bump in your hair. You used to be able to only get these in Hawaii, but now it seems like everyone makes them. You can get them at Sephora. I buy mine at the drugstore. So yesterday I didn't use any dry shampoo. Today I'm gonna feel my scalp out and see if it needs it. And so I actually start a little bit lower down with my clipping, like about 2/3 of the way down my head, and then I'll clip all this hair out of the way. And again, I'm using one of these kinds of clips that you can get, anywhere hot rollers are sold because they're great for clipping your hot rollers. I think I get mine at Sally Beauty. This is another one that won't like pinch or clip your hair the way a alligator clip would. My scalp tends to get oily in a couple of places, sort of up here at the crown and then also down here sort of behind my ears. So those are the places that I check, and that's why I divide my hair up into more sections. Also because I might need to refresh some of these curls today, so I have my flat iron. I'm not really feeling like dry shampoo is necessary today. I don't shampoo my hair every day. I don't even shampoo my hair every other day most of the time, so it doesn't build up oils as quickly as it might if I shampoo it every day. So I'm going to skip the dry shampoo and just use my DryBar Detox Dry Conditioner from mid-shaft to the ends to refresh everything and make it easy to just run my fingers through it instead of having to brush it out and break down some of these curls. This bottom section is still looking nice and wavy, so I'm not really going to mess with it. If this hair was on top, I might want to refresh some of the curls a little bit, but since it's on the bottom and it won't really be seen, I'm just gonna leave it alone. And now, just like I did yesterday, I'm gonna take the top third of my hair. I'm gonna spray some triple sec around the bottom couple of inches to add volume, and then I'm gonna clip it up. So I have sprayed dry conditioner all throughout this next layer of hair, from mid shaft to the ends, and now I'm just running my fingers through to try to disrupt the style as little as possible. I do have one section up here that I kind of want to just refresh the curl, so I'm going to use my flat iron to do that. I have a couple of flat irons. This GHD one I like because it heats up super fast. I just plugged it in. So I just barely touched it up, as you can see, and now I'm going to take down my spray is dry up here, so I'm going to take down the top section of hair and repeat with dry conditioner, running my fingers through. I did use my flat iron to touch up in just a couple of places. And for this look, it's just like a twist and you get a little bit of sort of wavy curl in your hair. And now, just like yesterday, a little bit of Osis magic on the hands to make it shiny, make everything, it just sort of like helps everything stick together in its pieces the way you want it to. Today, the nice thing about the Dirty Martini style is that it's like an unfussy kind of look. You know, it's supposed to look sort of messy cute, so you don't have to do too much to it to refresh it. Like, just try not to mess with it too much. Okay, so we're on day 4 of this DryBar Dirty Martini blowout, day 3 of maintaining it. And already you might have noticed that I did something differently this morning. I started by spraying my dry conditioner and actually brushing my hair out for the first time. It's interesting because this is, I think, the 4th DryBar style that I've tried, and it is so far the trickiest to maintain. I think because it is sort of a messy cute style, and there's a fine line between messy cute and like just messy. Sort of where I have a choice, like it's kind of straight, it's kind of wavy. I kind of have to pick a direction now. Am I gonna just straighten it out, or am I gonna try to keep some wave in it? And I think that today I'm gonna try to put just a little bit more structured wave. I think I could get away without dry shampoo today, but I will be happier tomorrow if I used it today. So I am gonna use some. I love the DryBar Detox Mousse Dry Shampoo. I don't think anybody else has a product quite like this. I'm gonna use just a small amount, and just really in the places where I feel like I really need it. So for me, again, that's sort of crown of the head and behind the ears. And a little bit of this goes a long way. I'm actually fine with how the wave is in this bottom, like lower layer of hair. So I'm just gonna run a little bit of Osis Magic over it just to make it piecey, make it stick together. I'm gonna skip the triple sec today because I think I'm feeling comfortable with the amount of volume in my hair. I am just gonna clip up a little bit at the very top so that I can get my dry shampoo exactly where I want it, because I don't want to waste a bunch of it on my hair. I want it to get to my scalp. This might not be the perfect dry shampoo for you. I tend to have a really dry scalp, and so dry shampoos that are powders or that spray on a powder, especially the ones that are just powder, just don't do well for me because they dry out my scalp more. I am freshening up some of my waves just a little bit. I'm doing that with a clampless curling iron, which will give me curls that are not super perfect. And I'm not curling all the way to the end of my hair. I'm just curling from like root to mid shaft. This hair in the front is the hair that really needs the most TLC. It tends to get the flattest, I think, because it sits pressed between my head and the pillow more than any other part. If I were in more of a hurry today, I think I probably would have gone for straightening over refreshing the waves. Just because I think that might have been a little bit quicker, and ordinarily I don't have a bunch of time to spend on my hair, but today I've got a little time to just re-wave. The nice thing about some of the other DryBar styles that I've tried is that they are, I think, a little lower maintenance because they're more organized maybe in their structure. Does that make sense? And so they just gradually soften. That said, this is still a lot easier for me than having to style my hair from scratch, which I just don't have time to do. Even though this has been the most labor-intensive day in terms of maintenance, it's still, 5 minutes and done. So, day 5, how's it going? I did relent and get out the curling iron today just to freshen up these curls a little bit. I actually been a little bit surprised that Dirty Martini, for all its like easygoing nature, has actually been probably the most high maintenance dry bar style that I have tried in terms of upkeep. The two dry bar styles that have been, I think, the easiest to maintain have been Cosmo, which is sort of loose curls, and Southern Belle, which is big volume. And that, I think, has been my favorite so far. The curling that I'm doing, because I'm just trying to sort of preserve the unstructured look, is not real high intensity. Like, I'm not curling the whole length of my hair. I'm not curling very long. Just what I don't want to do on day 5 is straighten, because at this point my hair is starting to show a little bit of buildup. Not too bad, honestly, but straight hair is really going to highlight that. What and I'm basically doing right now is going through my hair and looking for where are spots where it just looks a little flat or a little straight. Flat mostly, and just adding a little bit of curl there, and not wanting a real uniform curl, like it should be random. When I use my Shine product today, I'm really going to try to stay away from the roots as much as possible, because at this point oil is starting to build up. It's not bad, it's not gross, but it is building up, and you just I want to use get as little product in there as possible. And that's it. I got my hair, this hairstyle, on Tuesday. Today is Saturday. It's still going strong. You can see it doesn't look gross or anything. It still looks nice. I'm doing just a few minutes a day of upkeep, and I'm out the door. I love it. I was in a rush this morning, so I didn't film or record doing my hair, but this is day 6 of my DryBar Blowout, and it's still in good shape. I probably will wash it tonight or tomorrow. And all I did today was spray a little bit of dry conditioner on from mid shaft to end, put a little bit of the Mousse Dry Shampoo in my scalp, and that was it. And then I brushed it out. I did brush it out today. I put together a blog post this week with all of my tips for preserving a blowout, suggested tools, and all of that information all in one place, so you don't have to watch all these stories again.